Okay, good day everyone. So, welcome to my class in business mathematics. So, I will be your teacher in this subject. So, let me introduce first myself as your teacher. So, I am teacher Arnel V. Bonsilao. So, I graduated at Ramon Magsaysay Memorial Colleges. Yung course ko po is BS Ed Mathematics or Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics. So since that I am your teacher in this subject, so of course I have a policies before we proceed to our lesson, before we proceed to our topics. So I will present first our policies. So just listen carefully and focus, okay? And then do not blink your eyes. Okay, so let us start. So be ready, but before that, I have here a quote. Okay, this is according to Albert Einstein. Once you stop learning, you start dying. Okay, so we need to continue learning. Kailangan natin i-continue na dapat always tayo matuto. Okay. First, okay, fundamental operations on fractions, decimals, and percentage. Okay. So in this lesson, medyo madali lang since na this is just a basic and fundamentals. But pag walang fundamentals, we cannot proceed to another topics, to another lesson. Kasi nga, ito yung the most important na ano. Kasi nga, fundamentals and basic, dapat meron tayo nito. Okay. Addition and subtraction of fractions. Okay. So, but before we proceed, let me present to you our lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, the students should be able to first add and subtract similar fractions, add and subtract dissimilar fractions, and add and subtract mixed numbers. So all we have to do is add and subtract all these similar fractions, dissimilar fractions, and mixed numbers. Okay. So at the end of this lesson, you will be able to do all of these objectives. Okay. So addition of similar fractions. Similar fractions are fractions with the same denominator. Okay, saan ba yung mga in a fraction, saan yung denominator natin? Okay, yung nasa ilalim na number. Okay? Ito yung denominator. Just like for example, 1/2. So 1/2, the denominator is 2 and 1 is yung numerator kung tatawagin natin. Okay? So similar fractions daw is yung the same yung denominator. Like for example, 1/2 plus 3/2. Okay? That is an example of similar fractions since na the same yung denominator nila. Okay, to add similar fractions, okay, we add all the numerators and retain the denominators. Okay, as I said a while ago, yung numerator po natin is yung nasa taas na number. Just like for example, 1/2, yung 2 is yung denominator and yung 1 naman is yung numerator. We generally always reduce fractions to lowest terms. So kung yung sagot po natin is pwede pa siyang ma-reduce into lowest term, so we have to reduce it to lowest terms. Okay, just like this one. 2/8 plus 3/8 is a similar fractions since na yung 8 is the denominator and another 8 is also a denominator, so they are the same denominator. So this is an example of similar fractions. Okay, so 2 over 8 plus plus 3 over 8 is a similar fractions. Okay, we have here an example. Find the sum. Okay, 3 over 4 plus 1 over 4 or 3/4 plus 1/4 is equal to what? Okay, 1 over 1 or 1. Okay, bakit siya naging 1? Bakit kaya ganito? May 1. Okay, so bakit kaya naging 1? Since na yung 3 and 1 natin is our numerator. Okay, take note of that. Our numerator. Okay, kagaya kanina, okay, we have here, let's go back here. Okay, to add similar fractions, we add all the numerators and retain the denominator. Okay, saan yung numerator natin? Ito yung numerator, yung nasa taas. So all we have to do is to add all the numerator just like this one. So we have 3 plus 4 is equal to 4, and then retain the denominator, which is 4 over 4 or 1 over 1 or 1. Kasi nga 4 divided by 4 is 1. Paano? So we have 4 divided by 4 is 1 kasi nga we have to reduce into lowest term. Okay? So another one. 4 over 7 plus 2 over 7 is equal to 6 over 7. Since our numerator is 4 and 2, we will have to add this one. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6, and then retain the denominator or copy the denominator, since this is addition of similar fractions. Okay, so our final answer is 6 over 7. Okay, dito naman sa 2 over 4 or 2/4 plus 3/4 plus 1/4. Okay, so this is the same process. 2/4 plus 3/4 plus 1/4 is equal to what? When we add the numerators, we get 6. Okay, so 2 plus 3 plus 1 is equal to 6. Okay, then copy the denominator, which is 4, kasi nga they are the same denominator, 4, 4, 4. Okay, so copy the denominator to arrive at 6 over 4. Okay, so since na ang numerator natin is 2 plus 3 plus 1 is equal to 6, and then copy the denominator, which is 4, kaya meron tayong 6 over 4. Okay, so if we divide 6 by 4, we get 1 and 2, 4, 2. Hindi na kailangan gawin niyang 1. Hindi na natin kailangan i-gawing mixed number. So we will have to reduce 6 over 4 to lowest term. So meron tayong 3 over 2. Kasi nga the lowest term of 6 over 4 is 3 over 2. Okay, another example. 1 over 16 plus 5 over 16 plus 4 over 16 is equal to 1 plus 5 plus 14 is equal to 20. Tama ba? Okay, so 20 all over 16 kasi nga all the denominators are the same. 16, 16, and 16. Okay, so when we add the numerators, we get 20. As I said a while ago, 1 plus 5 plus 14 is 20. Then we copy the denominator, which is 16, to arrive 20 over 16. And then we will have to i-reduce ulit natin into lowest term. Okay, so we will we can get 5 over 4 kasi nga the lowest term of 20 over 16 is 5 over 4. We will have to divide the numerator and the denominator divided by 4. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. And then 16 divided by 4 is 4. So we get 5 over 4. Okay. So tapos na tayo dito sa similar fractions. Okay, again, so again, to add similar fractions, we add all the numerators. Kagaya yung ginawa natin kanina, lahat ng number na nasa itaas, i-add lang natin. And then, retain the denominator if the denominators are the same. Okay, copy lang natin yung denominator. Okay, next is addition of the similar fractions. Okay. The similar fractions, quantities cannot be added. Okay. So, hindi naman pwede na if, kagaya ng similar fractions kanina, similar fractions are the fractions which is the denominators are the same. Okay. Since na yung these similar fractions is yung magkaiba yung denominator, just like for example 1/2 plus 4 over 3. 1/2 plus 4 over 3 is an example of this similar fractions since na hindi the same yung denominators ng dalawang fractions. Okay. Okay, since na hindi natin siya pwedeng i-add kasi nga if we add all the numerators, we cannot retain the denominators since na yung denominator nila is magkaiba. But we will using cross multiplication, okay, addition of the similar fractions using cross multiplication. Now, okay, find the sum. 3 over 4 plus 2 over 5. Okay, so this is an example of the similar fractions. Since na yung denominator natin is 4 and 5, they are not the same. They have no the same denominator, so we will have to use the cross multiplication. Okay. So how to use the cross multiplication? Okay. 3/4 plus 2 over 5 is equal to 15 plus 8 over 20. Okay. Or 15 plus 8 over 20 or 23 over 20. Okay, bakit kaya over 20? Bakit kaya the result is 23 over 20? Okay, so 3 over 4 plus 2 over 5 is, okay, all we have to do is to use the cross multiplication. So we have 3 times 5, okay, 3 times 5, and then 4 times 2 is equal to 15 plus 8 kasi nga yung 15 is nanggaling sa 3 times 5, and then yung 8 naman is nanggaling sa 4 times 2. Okay, so since na addition yung operation natin, so we will have to use the addition operation, the plus, kasi nga addition tayo. Okay, so and then 4 times 5, which is the denominator, kaya meron tayong 20 kasi nga 4 times 5 is equal to 20. So 15 plus 8 is equal to 23. So we get the 23 over 20. Okay, so this is our final answer. Okay, another, we have 5 over 7 plus 3 over 8. Okay, another example of dissimilar fractions kasi nga they have no the same denominators. Okay, so again we will use the cross multiplication. 5 times 8 and then 7 times 3, and then 7 times 8. So we have 5 times 8 is equal to 40. Okay? 5 times 8 is equal to 40. Kasi nga 5 times 8. 7 times 3 is equal to 21. So we get the 21. And then 7 times 8 is equal to 56. So we get the 40 plus 21 over 56. Okay? So we have the final answer of 3 over 8. Okay, bakit kaya 3 over 8? Okay, so we have 3 okay, so don't mind this 3 over 8. So we have 61 over 56. Okay, since na we use the cross multiplication. And then, okay, so addition of mixed numbers. Okay, so natapos na po tayo sa addition of similar fractions. When adding the similar fractions, we will have to add all the numerators and then retain the denominators. And then when adding the dissimilar fractions, we will have to use the cross multiplication since na yung denominator po is hindi po the same. Okay. So, okay, let's go to addition of mixed numbers. Okay. A mixed number is a whole number and a fraction. Okay, just like for example, 1 and 1/2, 2 and 3/4. Okay, so we have a whole number and a fraction. 1 and 1/2, 2 and 3/4, 15, and 1 over 6, and 10 and 1 over 8 are mixed numbers. Okay, that is an example. These are the example of mixed numbers. To add mixed numbers, we have two methods. First method, okay, take note of this kasi nga we have two methods when we add mixed numbers. Okay, 2 and 1/2 plus 5 over plus 5 and 1/3. Okay, so first method is to add first the two whole numbers, which is 2 and 5. So 2 plus 5 is equal to 7, as you can see. And then add the fractions which is 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3rd. Okay, since na these two fractions are not these two fractions are dissimilar fractions, so we will have to use the cross multiplication. So 1 times 3 is equal to 3, 2 times 1 is equal to 2, so we get that 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, and then 3 times 2 is equal to 6, so we have 6, so we have 7. Okay, copy the 7 and 5 over 6. Saan galing yung 5? Dito sa 3 plus 2. Okay, or 47 over 6. If kung gusto nyo na gawin siyang fraction, not a mixed numbers, okay, so pwede rin mixed numbers na lang. Okay, 47 over 7 siya. If 7 times 6 is 42, and then add the numerator, which is 5, so we have 47, and then copy the denominator, which is 6, so we get the 47 over 6. Okay, so ganito lang yan mag-add ha. Okay, ganito lang po kung yung mixed number natin is gawin nating fraction or proper fraction. So 7 times 6, we get the 45, and then i-add natin yung numerator, which is 5, so we get the 47, and then copy the denominator to get the 47 over 6. Okay, so kung pwede rin na wag na lang siya i-change into proper or improper fraction. Okay, so second method, since na as I said a while ago, we have two methods. Okay, ito po. So, as I said a while ago, so this is the second method. Okay, another method of adding mixed numbers is to change the mixed numbers into improper fractions and then add. Okay, so kagaya ng method natin kanina. Okay, so to get the to change the mixed numbers into improper fractions, we have to multiply this to 2 times 2, we get the 4, and then add the numerator which is 1, so we get the 5. Saan yung 5? Okay, we have 5 over 2 kasi nga the denominator is 2, so we have 5 over 2, and then 5 times 3, we get the 15 plus 1 kasi nga i-add muna natin yung numerator, so we have 16, and then copy the denominator which is 3, so we have 5 over 2 plus 16 over 3, and then we can add this dissimilar fractions. So again, using the cross multiplication, since na magkaiba po yung denominators ng dalawang fractions. Okay, so we get the 5 times 3 is equal to 15. Okay, 5 times 3 is equal to 15. So 2 times 16 is 32. So we get the 15 plus 32 is 47. And then copy the denominator which is 6. So we get the final answer of 47 over 6. Okay? Okay, punta na po tayo sa subtraction. Okay? Subtraction of fractions. Subtraction of fractions. Okay, subtraction of fractions. If we use addition of fractions in business, we also use subtraction. Okay, kung merong addition, meron namang subtraction. Subtraction of similar fractions. Okay, so kagaya kanina sa addition, meron tayong addition of similar fraction, addition of dissimilar fractions, and then addition of mixed numbers. So kagaya sa subtraction, meron din tayong subtraction of similar fractions. As in addition, we simply deal with the numerators and then copy the denominators. Hence, to subtract, we subtract the numerators and copy the denominator and reduce the fraction to lowest terms if needed. Okay, the same process as addition of similar fractions, but we will have to use, or we are going to use the subtraction kasi nga subtraction of similar fractions. So, gagamitin po natin yung minus or subtract. Okay. So, 15 minus 15 over 16 minus 8 over 16. So, we have the same denominators which is 16. So, this is an example of similar fractions. Okay. So, 15 minus 8 kasi nga yung numerators natin is yung 15 tsaka 8. So 15 minus 8 is equal to 7 over 16 since our denominators is the same. So 16, i-copy lang po yun natin yung denominator. So we have 7 over 16. Final answer. Okay, next. 5 over 8 minus 3 over 8. So 5 minus 3 is equal to 2 over 8. So, 2 over 8, marireduce pa po natin siya into lowest terms. So, we get the 1/4 or 1 over 4 since na-divide lang po natin by 2. Okay? So, 2 divided by 2 is 1 and then 8 divided by 2 is 4. We get the final answer of 1/4. Okay? Next, subtraction of dissimilar fractions. Again, as in addition. Okay? So, the same process pa rin ng addition of dissimilar fractions. It is necessary that dissimilar fractions be converted into similar fractions first. Okay. Then we proceed to subtraction of similar fractions. Now, again, the same pa rin. Gagamitin po natin yung okay, so gagamitin po natin yung cross multiplication again. Okay, so 2 over 3, okay, focus, 2 over 3 minus 1/4 or 1 over 4 is we are going to use the cross multiplication, which 2 times 4 is equal to 8, as you can see. Okay, and then 3 times 1 is 3, and then 3 times 4 is equal to 12. So we have the we have 8 minus 3 is equal to 5 over 12. This is our final answer. Okay, and then next is 5 over 6 minus 1 over 8. Again, use the cross multiplication. 5 times 8 is equal to 40. 6 times 1 is equal to 6. So we have 40 minus 6 is 34. 34 over 48, since na 6 times 8 is equal to 48. Okay, 17 over 24 is the lowest term of 34 over 48. So, divide lang po natin both numbers into 2. So, 34 divided by 2 is 17. 48 divided by 2 is 24. We get the 17 over 24 is our final answer. Okay, next, subtraction of mixed numbers. Okay, to subtract a mixed number from another mixed number, we follow the following rules. If the mixed numbers have similar fractional parts, we subtract the whole numbers and then subtract the fractional parts following our rule for subtraction of similar fractions. Okay, 8 8 and 2 over 3 minus 3 and 1 over 3 is equal to, so we have to subtract the 8 minus 3, so we get this one, 8 minus 3 plus the fraction which is 2 over 3 and then 1 over 3. Okay, so don't mind the addition here kasi nga nasa subtraction po pala tayo. Okay, so we get the 5 and 1 over 3 as the final answer. Okay, if the mixed numbers have fractional parts which are not similar, then we change the fractional parts into similar fractions and then proceed as in above. Okay, so we get this. Okay, so 12 and 2 over 3 minus 8 and 1/4 is equal to 12. So we have 12 minus 8. First, subtract muna natin ito. So we get the 4. Okay, and then plus the two dissimilar fractions which are 2 over 3 minus 1 over 4. So using the cross multiplication, 2 times 4 is equal to 8, and then 3 times 1 is equal to 3. So we get the 8 minus 3 is equal to 5 over the denominator, kasi nga 3 times 4 is equal to 12. So we get the final answer of 4 and 5 over 12. Then next, 22 and 3 over 4 minus 16 and 2 over 5 is equal to 22 minus 16. The same process, so we get the 6 plus the 3/4 minus 2 over 5. So we get, using the cross multiplication, we get the 5 minus 8 is equal to 7 over 20, kasi nga 4 times 5 is 20. So we get the final answer of 6 and 7 over 20. Okay, subtraction of mixed numbers and whole numbers. So to subtract a mixed number from a whole number, we convert the unit of the minuend into an improper fraction with the same denominator as the fraction in the subtrahend, thus reducing the whole number in the minuend by 1. Okay, example, 14 minus 3 and 3/4. So we get the, okay, so 14 minus 3 and 3/4. Okay, so i-change natin yung 14 into 13 and 4 over 4. Kasi nga 13 and 4 over 4 is equivalent to 14. Kasi nga 4 over 4 is 1. Ito po, 1 po ito. And then 13 plus 1 is equal to 14. So we change 14 into 13 and 4 over 4. So we have 13 and 4 over 4 minus 3 and 3 over 4 is 13 minus 3 is 1. We have 10 plus the 4 over 4 minus 3 over 4 or 3/4. So we have similar fraction. So copy the denominator and then 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. So we get the final answer of 10 and 1 over 4. Next, 25 minus 6 and 3 over 8. So yung 25 po, i-change po natin into 24 and 8 over 8. As you can see po na kanina ginamit natin is 4 over 4. Kasi nga, dito sa 4 over 4, kasi nga yung isang term po natin is 3/4 or yung denominator niya po is 4. So para hindi po tayo mahirapan pagdating dito, para they are the same denominator, ginamit po natin is 4 over 4 para ang denominator niya po is 4. So, okay. In this case is we are going to use 8. Kaya po 24 and 8 over 8. And then subtract the 24 to 6. Subtract the 6 to 24. So 24 minus 6 is 18. 5 over 8 kasi nga we get the 8 minus 3 is equal to 5, and then 8 is the denominator, so copy the denominator, so we get 18 and 5 over 8. Okay, so that's all for our lesson for today. I hope that you get all the lesson, yung mga learnings po natin. Sana po nakuha po natin, which is the addition of similar fraction, addition of the similar fractions, and then subtraction, addition and of mixed numbers, and then subtraction of similar fractions, subtraction of the similar fractions, and subtraction of mixed numbers and whole numbers. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you and God bless. 32 minutes.